Hello. So today I wanted to show you how to do a create your own image. Maybe you want to put it on a t-shirt, a flag, anything, guitar, whatever. I just want to show you how to do it, and I'm going to show you, in very fast steps. I only have 1 minute intervals because the software I'm using for recording. I don't have internet access. The internet is very slow for me because someone has is impeding my ability to be able to record crimes, which the police have been committing against me. They're trying to make it where I'm just going to be homeless in a ditch instead of them telling the truth. They've done this most more. They've done this many times before, but this time is kind of going to be the last time probably. Anyway, I'm going to show you how to do this. It's pretty neat. So I'm going to start out here on Amazon. I'm going to get an image. I'm going to show you how to get this image and crop it, do all kinds of crazy stuff with it where you can make your own image on a shirt, hat, whatever. So I already know what I want to pick. It's live scenes from New York. That's the one I want right here. Live scenes from New York. And this is the one I want right here. Um, I'll make sure my time doesn't run out. I got 25 seconds already. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this image. Now, the crazy thing about this, people were buying this album in Japan as the attacks were occurring in New York City. It was released on the day before, and people were buying it in Japan. Yeah, so Dream Theater released this album, and it was on sale in Japan. People were buying it, and it was on the shelves to be sold in America. The problem is, they pulled them off the shelves. They didn't want anybody to have any proof of it, of them knowing about September 11th attacks occurring before they happened. Isn't that crazy? You'd think they'd be put in jail for, being a terrorist or something. But nope. Apparently, everybody loves Dream Theater. So I'm gonna. This is image one. Save that. And I think that's the one I'm actually going to use, but I might get another one. So a- again, I'm having to do this in steps because the software that I normally use. Um, you can see I've looked it up here. It is it requires the internet to make it work, and the internet is so slow I can't do anything. So anyway, here's live scenes from New York. Look at that! I didn't make this up, and that's even a better album picture. Let's see where I am on my time here. 32 seconds. I better stop and restart. Yeah, this was actually on the shelves to be sold. That probably would be a better picture for what I'm going to do. So now I'll go open snippet again, and I'll just say new. I'm not going to try to crop the image too much or anything. I'm just going to do this little number here and save it. That'll be desktop 2, image 2. That's something to talk about, isn't it, Dream Theater? My poor image images. Okay, the next step, I'm going to get off the internet, and actually, I'm going to show you how to crop the image, but I'm going to get a flag. That sounds good. I'll get a flag. 1 second. Okay, so now you see that I'm not, cheating or anything. I'm just say flag. Press that, and I'll press. Look, there's one right there. That'll be a good one right there. Get that one. Like I said, the internet's really slow for me because it's like the Carter County Police are trying to hold me up so I cannot live my life. They're just gonna make me live in a ditch. They don't want anybody to know that they knew something about 9/11 happening before it happened. Uh-oh. I'll close that. Try this again. Where am I on my time? 45 seconds. I'm gonna restart. Yeah, so this is what the police do to people, when they don't want to go to jail for their own crimes. What the police do is, they will restrict how you can do anything in your life. They'll just hold you up your entire life so you can't do nothing while they go and enjoy themselves. They know I'm telling the truth, but they don't care as long as they don't have to go to jail for their own crime. So those are the images I want to use. Let's see where I am on my time. Okay, so I got 32 seconds. I'm gonna research what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna practice a few times and make sure it goes by really quick so I don't have any problems. So I'll be right back. Oh, by the way, today is November 9th, 2025, just so you know that. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example of how I did this. So I have a flag here. I just made a bunch of copies. I made a bunch of copies of it. This is one of the copies, and this is my end result down here. This is my end result. I did not save this. I did not save it. There's a reason I didn't. I want to be able to be transparent without having to edit it again. Um, it's important not to save it for the next step that I'm going to do. Again, I have time constraints I have to be on. I'm already at 24 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and start over. I'm going to show you how I did, this image right here. I'll show you that. And I'm just going to do a little step. I'm not going to show the whole thing. I'll just show you how I got to that point. So one thing I did, I just right click on the image. I say edit. I want to use paint. So I'm using paint. For this, I select this color. I just make it a green background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it where I can copy and paste one star onto the other stars. So one thing I did, is I want to keep the same image sizes. I want to make X and Y. I always want the 0 spot right here. That way I can copy and paste. It comes exactly where it's supposed to be every time. Um, I'm at 36 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and 38 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and stop, restart so you can see how I did this. It's really easy and it's very fast after you figure out how to do it the first time. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab this and get as much of the blue off this because I don't want the blue that's in here. And what I'm doing is I'm getting rid of the area that I want to delete like that. So if I circle around, it would have deleted all the. So that's the first step on that one. I'll go ahead and the rest of it I just kind of edit like this. I go down to the pixel level and I edit it out like this. I'm going to do this just for one star, and I'm going to show you. And the reason is, it'll be helpful for later. Now, again, I know people don't like to sit here and watch me do this part of it, but it's going to help later. You'll see why in a second. I'm not going to do the whole image. I'm just going to get to how I got to where I'm at on the other one. It won't take a second. Painter Bob, but I'm almost done. You'll see that in a second. I just got to watch my time over here. 24 seconds. Again, it won't take very long once I get to all the blue out of this one star. 38 seconds. Now it's going to be really fast as soon as I finish this part of it right here. So all the stars are basically going to be the same one over and over again. What I'm going to show you, this is really neat. I'll go ahead and start now because I've got one star. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just get rid of stuff I don't need. And I'm going to give myself a marker so I can create the next part of the image. So I'll start by doing this. Now, I don't have to do this to all of them, just the first two rows. Just the first two rows. Again, I'm watching my time because I don't want to run out of time. So I'm just going to do this on the first two rows. Now watch this. All I'm doing is giving myself a marker for where the first part of the star starts. This. That's all I'm doing is giving myself a marker for where the first part of the star starts. Yeah, after this is going to be really fast and really easy to do. I'll go ahead and do it on the next row as well. This is where the first one starts. Here. It's going to be really fast after I'm finished with this part of it. Now I'm going to zoom out so you can see the rest of the picture. How I do this is I'm going to do a control, and I'm going to use the mouse wheel to move out so you can see what I'm doing, like that. And what I'm going to do is just get rid of all the, all the extra stuff here like this. I don't need all this. And I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all of it that I don't need. Just keep the stars that I have on there. The rest of it I don't really need. That's really quick.